Happy Cooking with Yvonne Douglas. Today we're gonna make some delicious macaroni salad. Now, my mom used to make this really delicious macaroni salad every summer. I remember it every summer since I was a kid. However, I do not have her recipe, so I'm gonna have to try to remember what she put in it and kind of create my own. So stay tuned. So the first thing that you want to do for your macaroni salad is, of course, get some elbow noodles. This is a 1 pound box and I'm going to be using half the box. You're going to be putting it in some boiled water and just follow the directions on the box. This will take probably around 7-8 minutes to cook. Also, what I have in this pot over here, I have 2 eggs that I'm gonna make 2 hard-boiled eggs for this dish. So when we come back, we're gonna start chopping things up and putting things together, so stay tuned. These are some of the things you're going to add to this delicious macaroni salad. So we're gonna add some red peppers. Now, I bought these mini peppers that come in these different colors. So I'm gonna be using 2 red peppers that I'm gonna be chopping up very small. You're also going to be using a half a cup of red onions that are chopped up really small. I'm going to be using 2 celery, pieces of celery right here. Now make sure you always wash it before you use it. And these are the smaller ones, that's why I'm using 2. I also have a 1/4 teaspoon of Hungarian paprika, that's that Szeged brand I always talk about. I have 1 teaspoon of salt. I have 1 teaspoon of onion powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I also have some freshly ground black pepper that I'm just going to be putting it on according to taste. Another thing you're going to need, of course, is some Hellmann's mayonnaise, real mayonnaise. You're going to need a few pickles. These are kosher sandwich slices that I'm going to be chopping up small. And we're going to be using a little bit of this German seasoned vinegar. You can use any seasoned vinegar if you want, or red vinegar, but I'm going to be using this Altmeister brand. And we're going to be using, this is a 1/4 cup of sour cream. We're going to be putting some sour cream in this mixture. And when we get back, we're going to start putting it all together, so stay tuned. Okay, so welcome back. So we're going to start making our macaroni salad. And one thing you're going to need is a bowl. You can get a medium-sized bowl here. And don't forget, this is my half a pound of macaroni that has been cooled. It's very important that your macaroni is definitely strained and you spray it with some water and that it is cooled, because you do not want to use hot macaroni when we start putting in all these ingredients. You want everything to be cooled down. Have our 2 hard-boiled eggs here that I already peeled the shell off. So we're going to be dicing that up. And we have all our other ingredients pretty much here. One thing too is I forgot to mention earlier that we're going to be using some Dijon mustard. Sometimes I like to use Gulden's spicy brown mustard, but today I'm going to be using some Dijon mustard. And thinking about my mom's recipe, I know she always had her elbow noodles and she also had her mayonnaise. So I'm going to be using 1 cup of Hellmann's mayonnaise. I'm going to be using just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just a little bit, a little drizzle. Just probably that was not even like a teaspoon. I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of this seasoned vinegar. And I'm going to be putting this is my 4th cup of sour cream. And I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of the Dijon mustard. All right. Okay, good. Now we're going to add our celery. Remember, this was 2 celery stalks that were, they were the smaller ones, and I just chopped those up. We're going to be using, this is our half cup of red onions. Yum. We're going to be using our this is sliced right here. This is the sandwich dill slices. And they look like this, just to show you what they look like. They're kind of long like that. And so I use two pickles here. 2 slices there. And then I'm using my red peppers. And that was approximately, I think, 1/2 cup. Now I'm going to be using my Hungarian paprika. Remember, that's 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to be using my teaspoon of salt. I'm going to be using 1 teaspoon of onion powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And then I'm going to get my egg, and I'm just going to chop up my egg very coarsely, just like that. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to add some freshly ground black pepper, a little bit on top. There we go. And then I'm going to give this a good stir. Mix all that together. This is so colorful too. Not only does it smell great, but it's so colorful and it's so yummy. Now, I definitely know my mom used mayonnaise. I definitely know she used the celery. I believe she used the onion powder and garlic powder. This looks good. I think this is pretty much very well combined. Let's give it a nice little taste test here. Oh yeah. Very good, very yummy, very easy to make. It's definitely a summertime treat. Goes great with fried chicken. Really good. Perfect, doesn't need anything. Excellent. Well, hope you enjoyed Happy Cooking with Yvonne Douglas today. Until next time, happy cooking, bye-bye.